couple weeks back I was watching Patrick's workshop and he was building wooden scoops over at the bandsaw. Jay Bates also made the same scoops and they looked fun and easy to build, so I figured I'd give it a shot. I'll put both of their video links in the description below. I started out with a walnut blank because that's what I had laying around. I went over to the bandsaw and cut a horseshoe shape out of the end, and then that creates the handle and then the scoop. I made all sorts of, you could make little coffee scoops. I made a few longer scoops. And then this wide one, which I'm not quite sure what I'll use for. Probably a chair for my kids' action figures. But anyways, let's get started. I started out by cutting little blanks of walnut. Drawing diagonals to find the center of the blank. I'd end up changing my bandsaw blade. What came with it was a 1/4 inch blade. I had to switch to an 1/8 inch blade because of the tight curves. Surprisingly enough, a 70.5 inch bandsaw blade is hard to find. I then cut out the U shape on the blanks. I'm not quite sure what I was thinking with this wider scoop. Then it was time for glue up. I just drew in some lines so that excess material could be removed at the bandsaw. I guess a 0 clearance insert for the bandsaw is in order. This is actually the part that I found most fun. Sitting there at the belt sander and almost sculpting the wood to the shape that I wanted. Remember, it doesn't have to be symmetrical and it doesn't have to be perfect. I just sanded to a shape that I liked. It's almost therapeutic. I couldn't find my little rubber belt sander cleaner, so I had to blow it off with compressed air every so often. A quick coat of spray polyurethane. Well, I definitely had fun with this build. Sometimes it's the simple projects that you end up having the most fun. I ended up with a coffee scoop for myself. And I made a couple extra longer ones. One's going over to Jay Bates. I really liked your video, thanks a lot. Also, Patrick at Patrick's Workshop made you one too. Awesome idea. I totally had a blast building these, so one's going out to you. They're going out today, so you guys should see them in about a week. Well, that's it. I guess I'll see you next week.